Commissioner Thomas,
Here.
Vice Chair Diedrich,
Here.
and Chair Ledoux.
I am here. Thank you. Let's go ahead and do the flag salute. Right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, let's get going. There are no presentations tonight. We need approval of the agenda. Are there any modifications to tonight's agenda?
No changes.
Okay, good. Commission will need approval of tonight's agenda. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Madam Clerk, do we have anybody that has a public comment on things that are not on tonight's agenda?
Not this evening.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, can I ask the Planning Commission for approval of the March 27th, 2024 minutes, if we can remember that far back? All in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, moving right along to public hearing items. 9.1. This is the McCall Boulevard Road Widening, CIP project number 2203. Could the Deputy Community Development Director please introduce this item?
Absolutely. Good evening, Chair. As if you remember, annually we get a visit from our colleagues in engineering in the CIP division. So they're here to give us another presentation, and today is going to be done by Senior Engineer Diego Guillen.
Thank you. Good evening, Planning Commission members and Planning Commissioner Chair Ledoux. My name is Diego Guillen, and I have a quick presentation for you. So this one is for our CIP project 2203. It is for the McCall Boulevard Widening Project. And the project is located on the northeast quadrant of the city in District 4, and the widening will happen along McCall Boulevard from Oakhurst to Menifee Road. And the widening will occur, will go from a two-lane road to a from a two-lane road to a four-lane road. This project includes curb, gutter, turn lanes, traffic signal modification, sidewalk, bike lanes, ADA ramps, retaining walls, relocation of an existing gas line, and SEE poles. The existing pavement will be rehabilitated, and there will be new pavement sections where applicable, and we will need to acquire right-of-way, temporary construction easements, and permanent maintenance easements. The proposed project was initially noticed on February 4th for the March 13th Planning Commission public hearing. The public notices were published in the press enterprise, and notices were mailed out to all the property owners within a 300-foot radius of the project site. We did receive comments back from the CDFW, the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, and that triggered the following focus studies, which was a burrowing owl survey, narrow and endemic plants and rare plant survey, pre-construction survey of avian, wood-rat, midens, and jackrabbits. We will also have to delineate the stream bed, and also we'll have a regulatory permitting that we'll need to process, and there's additional details in the ISMND. The environmental determination for the ISMND was prepared under the CEQA requirements for this project, and the ISMND states the above project will not have a significant effect on the environment. The public review period for the ISMND occurred from February 4th to March 4th of 2024. There was a mitigating, monitoring, and reporting program, and MMRP was prepared and identifies all the mitigation measures required for this project for Planning Commission's consideration. The recommendations is to conduct a public hearing, adopt a resolution adopting the ISMND and mitigated the MMRP based on the findings incorporated in the initial study and conclusion that this project will not have a significant effect on the environment. And there are any questions? We do have our consultant from eCorp if there are any specific questions on the ISMND. Thank you.
Mr. Guillen, thank you. Appreciate it. So this is going to be mostly at kind of the top of the hill where McCall is, just past the hospital going east,
Yes.
kind of winding around the mountain right there, right?
Yes,
I know
that's correct.
going both directions, we go from 2 lanes down to 1 lane, kind of wind around there, and then
Yes,
it opens
that's
back
correct.
up, going both ways. So I was impressed. Well, I took a look at the Fish and Wildlife comment letter, and they had a lot of comments to make, and I was impressed with the way that city responded, and it seems like we've got everything covered. So I do not have any questions of staff. Does anybody else have any questions of staff tonight?
Yes.
Okay, Joe.
What is your approximate timetable for the completion of the widening?
Let's see, our tentative completion to have this shovel ready is actually 2025, of the end of 2025. For construction, we are not fully funded, so we're still looking at alternative funding sources. We are a little bit short. So on that front, we're still kind of working on it.
Thank you.
Does being fully funded also include the obtaining the right of way?
Yes.
The money for that too?
That's
Okay.
correct, yes.
And we still have that to do.
Yes.
Got it. How many properties are involved?
It's actually one property, the hospital where we have to do the temporary, the grading easement for the slope that we'll be cutting into, and storm drain outlet. That'll be the
But
maintenance easement.
no individual
No.
personal residential properties?
No.
or anything? Oh, good. Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. Any other questions for staff? Randy?
Yeah, I do. This is what, 80% done? I mean, it's not much. We got 2 lanes, we got the improvements and minimal, grading for the new lanes. So why do we go through all this with Fish and Game? And it's already addressed with MSHCP, right? And those burrowing owls are county during that. So is it just a general comments, or are they really serious?
Okay, I mean, as you know, similar to private development, city projects, they're required to go through a CEQA process as well by CEQA. This specific project is defined as a project, right? So we have to go through the CEQA process. Fish and Wildlife, it's one of the agencies that it's responsible for making comments, and
They're the only one agency that responded to.
they're the only agency that responded. So, per law, we have to respond to those comments provided by them. Yeah.
I mean, this thing's already been through, is what I'm saying. I'm just asking if they're making it. Are they serious? I mean, we have to really get their approval once they already see the CEQA that you've already addressed all their comments?
That is correct.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, there were some waterway issues, right, and some drainage issues and stuff that needed to be dealt with, correct? Yeah, that was one of their main concerns.
Well, I have one more question. So is you say they're gonna move the power poles? Are they gonna be underground, or?
There are 7 power poles that we will need to move, and they will not go underground. They will just be relocated.
Okay, thanks.
Right, any other questions of staff at this time? Okay, let's go ahead and open the public hearing. It is 6:09 p.m. Madam Clerk, was this hearing legally noticed?
Yes, it was.
Perfect, thank you. And any correspondence received?
No, there was not.
All right. Do we have any requests to speak on this item?
No, we do not.
All right, is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak on this item? Okay. Should we wait a minute to close the public hearing so it's not at the same time? Okay, we're going to close the public hearing at 6:09 and 36 seconds. All right, do we have any discussion on this?
No, only that I didn't ask questions that actually pertain to what we're gonna approve tonight. So, I mean. Did you have another question? No, I'm good.
You're good to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
good to go.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, well, there is one resolution for adoption, and we'll need a motion and a second to adopt per staff's recommendations. Ooh, you guys are moving along.
Take it away, you can.
I guess. I'm trying to read, and you guys are like pushing buttons already. Joe? Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
All right, that passes, I believe. Yep, 5-0. Good stuff. Okay, moving on. Item number 10, discussion items, the Southern Gateway Specific Plan Ad Hoc Subcommittee. Orlando, do you want to introduce this item?
Thank you. As you may know, the City Council has directed staff to do a specific plan in the southern part of Menifee. The boundary is south of Scott, all the way to Keller, just west of the 215. This is what we're calling the Menifee Innovation District Specific Plan. It's approximately 300 acres. And we have started the specific plan. We've hired a consultant to help us out. We had the kickoff meeting, and we're in the process of getting all the background information. The staff did ask City Council to create an ad hoc committee from Council as well, so we're asking the same thing from the Planning Commission. We anticipate this process to take roughly 12 to 18 months. It's anticipated for this ad hoc committee to be available perhaps 2-3 different workshops. First workshop is anticipated to be in the summer. Second workshop probably in the fall, later this year. And obviously we will have, we may even have a joint workshop with the council as well. So the ask is the commission discuss who may be appropriate to be part of this ad hoc committee and make a recommendation and obviously approval of the ad hoc committee to move forward.
So this will just be the planning commission's ad hoc. It's not a combined ad hoc with council, or is it?
It would be. It's not one ad hoc. Well, it's two different ad hoc committees, one commission, one council that will participate on the same meetings.
So the same ad hoc. Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking for, I see we're looking for 2. Does it have to be 2? Can it be more? Can it be?
No, we would be looking for 2, so that way it's the same number as the same, similar to council, similar to the city council. Obviously, if it's more than 2, then at that point, we would have to notice the meetings because then it becomes a Brown Act.
Gotcha. Okay, and the
yeah.
council doesn't want to get the get the planning commission to one up with an extra person on there. So I see that. Okay, well, so 2 of us. Anybody interested in doing it? Speak now. All right, I'll start on the left. Ben, you're interested?
Definitely. It's
Okay.
in my realm. So.
Chris and Randy are both interested, so that's 3. So do we go to like the arm wrestling, or do you want to state your case? And
So is this a campaign speech? Is that what we're doing?
I
Are you
talked to
announcing
staff.
something, Chris?
I talked to staff yesterday, and they said, unlike when the mayor says, "Okay, I'll hear everybody," and then appoint.
I
This is
see,
kind of like a
okay.
discussion, and we'll
Oh, okay.
decide.
I'm
so
just joking. Yeah. That's
yeah, I know. I kind
fine. I
of.
got the city attorney reaching for a mic, so I don't know what I did, but.
All right, Miss City Attorney.
Well,
Well, no campaigning on the
Okay.
dais. Thank you.
Got you nervous.
So we're
didn't
not
I?
gonna like say, "Oh, I want to do this, and this is why," and this is, and we're not. Oh, just not campaign. Okay.
Okay.
There's a distinction. Okay. We got 3. We got 3 of us. I'm interested too, but it seems like we have enough to meet the 2. So we'll have to.
I think,
Pick 2
I
somehow.
think Chris should definitely be one of them. And if Ben wants it that bad, I'll withdraw.
And you're on the CBDG, ABCD.
Was.
I forget the letters.
MCAC.
Ben
MCAC.
will do a good
Thank
job.
you.
so.
MCAC. There, that one.
I
So-
appreciate that.
So Chris and Ben? Okay. Good. Well, that was easy. Good.
Well,
All right, I'd like to do it.
You were interested too, so.
What?
And you were interested too.
I mean, I'll probably go to the stakeholder meetings and workshops just because I want to be a part of it. But yeah, I trust you guys. All right.
May
So
we-
we'll.
My apologies, Chair. May we ask for an official vote just
I
for the
was
record?
I was getting to that.
Oh, my apologies. Thank you. I'm a little rusty.
As the, I mean, me too, right? Me too. All right, so we'll need a motion and a second to appoint Ben and Chris as the two.
I second it.
Good. Okay. Joe's rusty too. Yes. Is my mic on? All right. Agreed. Good luck, guys. Thank you for
Thank you
Thank you
very
for,
much. Yeah, thank you.
volunteering your time. All right, moving on. Item number 11, the Community Development Director comments.
No
Mr. Hernandez.
comments tonight.
No comments,
No
huh?
comments tonight. Thank you.
Okay. You guys have any questions for Orlando while we got him?
I do.
Yeah, shoot.
So I had a friend who was looking to locate his business in the city, so I was showing him different vacant parcels in the city, and we identified one that that I found out was going to be the future police department. It's next to the fire department on McCall. No, on Bradley. I think it's Bradley, is it? It's over by the library. So my question is there a timeline that we're going to build a police department? Do we have, is that on the CIP? Is there a plan, or is that like way out in the future?
We actually had the right person to answer that question, which is the CIP manager, and looks he saw his project approved, and he's no longer here. So I don't have that timing, unfortunately, but that's definitely something we can give for you and give you an idea as to what that is.
I just wondering, is it a year away, 5 years away? Because there's funding and all that kind of thing.
My recollection is I don't think we have the funding yet, so I would say probably at least 5 years. Mm-hmm.
If I may, it will be coming back to city council at a future date to set the priorities of the new city facilities that are proposed to be coming online and looking at the funding possibilities for those 3 facilities, those being one of them.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, Randy.
I just wanted to add, commend the engineering department for their great work on this widening project, and Orlando for his expertise too. And thank you for our guests that are here tonight for coming.
You're the real rock stars.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
did we even open public non-agenda comments?
Yeah.
Oh, we did. So they're just here to look at us. Okay,
Yeah.
just wondered.
Yeah.
Someone raised their hand, so.
Do you want to say something? Yes. All right. 1 second though. We gotta do it the right way, right? We gotta open a public hearing, or we can go back to public comments on non-agendized items.
Correct. I don't know what she will be commenting on, but as chair, you are allowed
Okay.
to open up public comments.
Is your comment related to something on tonight's agenda? That is not on tonight's agenda. But we do have an area in our meeting where you can comment on things that aren't on tonight's agenda. So if you'd like to, if you want to come up to the podium and state your name, and then afterwards just see the clerk and we can get your information. But yeah, come on up. We don't have to have a public hearing for this. No, this is public comments. We have to do it at the mic because it's being broadcast and there's like
Of
a
course.
couple of thousand people watching on YouTube. Don't laugh. You guys always laugh when I say that. Yeah, your name, please?
My name is Nancy Martin.
Nancy Martin, thank you. Go ahead.
I just wanted to comment on they were taking a survey about the new community center and taking some suggestions on what to use the space for. That's what my comments are for. Do you want me to give them now? Sure. Oh, okay.
The one over by Wheatfield by the new library, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I wrote some things down if you don't mind. Okay, so I'd like to first honor and pay respect to the native lands we are on. We are on the native lands of the Conga, Lusueño, Serrano, and the Quahia people. And I also just want to give a moment to honor my ancestors, past, present, and future. And as I stated, my name is Nancy Covarrubias Martin. I am an artist, a muralist, an art educator, art wellness facilitator, and an art activist. And so I'm here to give my intention, which is fostering growth in the arts, specifically visual arts with my community to help support their needs. So just quickly, I believe that at the core of a healthy, thriving community, in the health and well-being and safety is, at the core of a healthy community is healthy, blah, blah, blah. Let me try again. I believe that at the core of a healthy and thriving community is the health and well-being and safety of its mothers and children. And when a mother and a child are supported, they are establish a healthy connection and create healthy relationships that then amplify into the community. I believe that the arts are a way to support mothers and children, fostering positive opportunities for connection. And so in my conclusion, I'm just asking the Planning Commission to consider large spaces for classes, for and indoor spaces for classes that could be flexible and multi-use, for exhibits, visual art exhibits. And in addition, I'd like to voice my vote for public art. Menifee is such a new city that in order to really enhance where we are at, incorporating more public art and communal spaces will enhance the living of its citizens. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for your time.
Awesome. Thanks, Ms. Martin.
Thank you.
Is there a way we can get her suggestion or comments to the right people for who were running that survey? Awesome. Perfect.
Do I give my contact information
Yeah,
now, or
after we're almost done, as soon as we're done, then you can talk to the clerk
Okay.
over there. And
Stephanie? Thank you.
yeah, thank you.
Is that?
Thank you.
I know it's just in the beginning phases, but does something like that go to the Parks Committee and then to us and such? Okay, so we'll have some say and potentially design kind of thing, okay.
All right, cool.
It's a
Moving
nice,
on.
nice vision she has.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Are there any committees or activities that the commission has been involved in that you want to report on?
Saturday was the senior health fair. If some of city council and mayor were there, and I dropped by. Great success, really good for the. If you guys are familiar with it, it was at the Civic Center.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
yeah, they had a lot there.
Nothing with the MCAC recently?
For which
The MCAC?
we had that meeting. We selected the 7 recipients.
Oh,
for,
good.
for the monies.
Okay.
I think we only turned down 1.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's all right. They actually got the money. We got an email yesterday that
Good.
they received the
All
money.
right. I mean, that's the big part of that committee.
So everyone
divvying up
knows
that
here,
money.
there are volunteers here that I never even had a clue till I got on this committee. The cupboard, Santa's workshop, first day of school closed, and these people come and ask in this program for money that they can use for their program. So we got the money from the state, and we were able to pass it on to them. So that just finished. It was good.
Yeah, that's great. Yes. Go ahead, Joe. Yeah.
Yes, I would like to echo and Commissioner Randy Madrid's involvement with the community committee. I was there, and I was so impressed with all of those nonprofit organization, charity organization. I wish we had more money to. They are doing tremendous. That's how we grow together, being together, sharing everything together. So I'm so impressed and so humbled to be part of the selection process. And thank you very much.
Yeah, that's a lot of work, a significant amount of work to put together the applications and everything for that money, and then they have a presentation in front of the committee. So it's great that the state provides that for us, and we can have a chance to divvy it up. So, okay, anything for future agenda items? All right. I guess we're going to adjourn the meeting. It is 6:25. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
But we had one more.
Oh, man, you were 30 seconds too late. Do we need to reopen? Huh? Okay, we're going to reopen at 6:25 because we have a hand in the audience. after I asked if anybody had anything to say, but that's okay.
Hey, we get like very few hands, so
But
let's.
I know, no, that's why I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Come on up to the podium and state your name for us, please.
Lawrence White.
Oh, one more time into the mic.
Lawrence White,
Lawrence White.
and my question is about the town center area that they're in development with. I used to see a lot in the various Menifee matters and other things that the city puts out, but they don't seem to mention it much anymore, except when some new business opens up in one of the areas that are already finished. So I was wondering how that's coming. I was wondering what's happening with the Smart and Final building, or is that somebody coming up with a plan what they're going to do since Smart and Final backed out? And then I remember a couple of years ago there were a lot of interesting articles about whether we would get a Trader Joe's, and they always seem to be specifying that it should be in there near the movie theater or something, and they never seem to put their places immediately in a mall. They want to be on the outer ring, or they want to be somewhere where the rents aren't going to be driven by quotas. So in that case, I would think that we have a 99-cent store that is just closed. Does anybody know who's going to move in there? Or maybe even the Cherry Hills Mall, which never seems to come up in any of those articles that I come across, that I haven't really seen much of in the last year. Anyway, that was what I was wondering about.
All right, thank you, Mr. White. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to have a back and forth, but
Yes,
very
that's fine.
generally, if you want to talk to Orlando after the meeting's over,
Sure.
I'm sure he can give you an update on some of those things. Personally, I think I know about the Smart and Final building. Chick-fil-A bought that whole property, and then they split it, built their restaurant, and they sold that building to another entity, and it's going to be a medical office. It's going to be developed inside that building. And they're
Excellent.
working on that, and I'm sure Orlando can give you some more details if you're looking for it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your comments.
And when you find out about the movie theater, let us know.
Good, Randy. All right, it's still short of 6:30, so we're going to go ahead and, does anybody else have anything to say? Even just hi? Okay, we're going to close. It's 6:28. Not you, sir. It's 6:28. This meeting is adjourned. I'm sure.
And thanks again, everybody, for coming.